As you guys remember from the last video, we got a lot of stuff off this car, but not enough. So today my goal is to really strip this thing down to a bare shell. Every nut, bolt, fitting, wire, harness, transmission, drivetrain, differential, all of it. I want it all out of the car. So I believe we should be able to do that. We really don't have much left. I already started stripping the interior down a little bit. I'll show you guys that. The rear suspension, rear diff, transmission, all that stuff we should be able to get out. I feel like relatively easily. Man, this is like my first time stripping a car down to a chassis, but we got a lot of body work ahead of us. And I think I've decided on the paint color I'm gonna do the car. I bought my paint gun, I bought all the paint tips. I got a lot of stuff coming so that way we can get this car 100%. So let me show you where we're at and kind of what we got, because there's a good amount of stuff left. So from the last video, you guys remember we got our 13B out right here. I have decided I'm gonna rebuild this. I'm gonna paint this and powder coat everything, the colors that I want. We're gonna do black, silver, black, silver, black, silver, the traditional like Mazda 13B color, refresh everything. Like this engine only has maybe an hour of runtime on it, but you know what, I can do it better. We can reuse all the apex seals, all the corner seals, and all that stuff in this engine. We'll replace the water jacket seals and make this thing perfect, because I can do better. We got our front suspension out. We still have our front subframe in because it's kind of holding up the transmission right now. Once we get the transmission out, we'll take that out. I need to get some more ratchet straps. I do have the car ratchet strapped down to the lift right now because it does want to come up and off the lift. We have both of our doors to take out here. I've already started ripping the interior down a little bit. I cannot for the life of me get this bumper off, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to take this bumper off. I've gotten all the nuts out and all the bolts and everything, but it's like, it's just, I don't think this bumper has ever been off of this car and it just doesn't want to come off. So interior wise, I've got the trunk stripped down. I've got all the panels out. We have the dash to pull, the carpet to pull, a whole bunch of wires to get out. So I'm thinking we just kind of start from the rear of the car and go forward, but I don't know if I can do that up until I get this bumper off, because there are some wires that pass through. I might be able to disconnect them right there, but we'll figure it out. Hatch seal. Okay, that shit's broken in 2 pieces. I gotta be so freaking careful with this stuff. Clips, screws, it's like a diaper. Like, these are old plastics. Like, they're not gonna not break. Oh my God, look. Well, at this point, fucking, there's no saving it. Luckily they make extras. Oh my God, dude. That's fucking RX7 quality. That's old RX7 quality right there. There we go. I'm glad I didn't just keep yeeting on that piece, because there were 2 screws right here for it. Look at that. Now this guy will come out. Come on, let go. That absolutely sucked to pull out. I think it's just mainly how Mazda has all these connectors intermingled into the dash. It's all just tucked behind the dash and you can't really get anything out. Luckily, nothing on the dash broke, which is solid. That's what we want. Interior is looking pretty stripped down at this point. I would like to pull out the last little bit of this stuff in here because I can't get the main harness out of the front of the car up here up until I can figure out where the hell it goes inside of the car. Like, I just can't find it. I want to get the doors off as well, but I need to be able to find where these door connectors end up on the inside of the car, which is why I wanted to get the dash out now so I can start finding all that. But I think I'm gonna hop over here and pull out the brake booster. I'm pretty sure I have all of the lines disconnected from this thing, which I actually do. So let's go ahead and actually get this brake booster out of the way real quick. We can get the master cylinder reservoir out of the way as well. We just need to disconnect them from the inside. So now that I have the dash out of the way, I just have a lot easier access. I pulled out the steering column as well and just kind of set it aside up there, which, dude, everything in this car is just so freaking dusty. Once we get the pedals and all the wiring out, we'll get the carpet out. We'll take the last of the wiring out that goes underneath of the carpet from the front of the car to the back of the car, get everything out from the inside here. Then from there, we'll start figuring out how to get the doors off. We'll get the hatch off. Actually, I might leave the hatch on. No, there's no point. There's no latch anymore. So we'll get the hatch off and then we'll jump down there, get the rear suspension off, the fuel tank, transmission, drive shaft, rear diff. Then we have a shell. We are pretty stripped down at this point. Trunk is pretty much all done. All that's left is the trunk release cable and the cable for the fuel tank to open up. I don't know how to get that cable out. It's on the inside. We'll figure that out though. Interior wise, we have the carpet out, the dash out, all the wiring out except for the stuff for the roof wiring, which we'll get that out here in a little bit. I think before that, we're gonna drop the trans and jump over to rear suspension and the fuel tank stuff just to get all that out. Melanie came over to help me out also. So she's gonna be vacuuming out the inside of the car because there is just years of California dirt, dust, debris, crap all inside of here. I just fought with the rear bumper before we got this car up in the air. Melanie was a sweetheart and ran over to O'Reilly's for us, got us some ratchet straps to keep the car a little bit more secure on here. I just didn't feel super safe going down there without the ratchet straps. It was very wobbly, I guess you could say. So just having that little extra bit of security for the car to stay on the lift and not fall on us is ideal. But rear bumper is off. Honestly, huge pain in the butt. There are two 10mm bolts that run through the bumper right here and then two clips there, and it just, after 30 years, I don't think it's ever been off, to be honest, and all this California sand just wasn't a good time. So let's get this thing in the air, let's get the fuel tank out, let's get the rear suspension out, the rear subframe out, the transmission out, the rear diff out, and then we can get the hatch off, and at that point, we're pretty much stripped down. So, ooh, I don't know if I can get the rear diff out. I don't think I have a nut for the axles here. I didn't think about that. Fuck. Fuck, dude. Release evil demon. Come on, let go. Nope, it most definitely wasn't 12. Okay, just hold it. You're being a real hooer. Oh, this side will hold. It shouldn't be that heavy.
Okay.
Grab the big ugga. Stay. Okay.
Okay.
We got.
My side said no.
I know, I see it. It's just this one line right here that goes up. I'm gonna have to cut it maybe. Oh! Quickly, please.
I don't have anything over your side of it.
Scissors right there. Oh. Okay. Ah! Woo! Okay, now we're gonna take it out. Spin this. Now do it again. Ready?
I think so, yeah. Oh, sorry, it's coming out of the way.
It's already broken free. All right, now take it out. Now, one more time.
Good job.
There's our drive shaft.
Good job.
I don't have a nut for the axle, but I think if we take everything off around the hub, we can pull the hub with the axle at the same time. So that way we can get the diff out, because we need to get all this out of the way to be able to get the diff and the transmission out, because those are gonna come out pretty much at the same time. So we're gonna start disassembling all of this, caliper, coilover, sway bar, control arms, all of it. It hopefully should all come out relatively simple. So let's tear it down. We're like diamonds in the sky. Because if we can get the axles out, we can get the diff out. You didn't bring me the deep 14.
Yes, I did.
I don't have it.
I gave you the 14 and whatever other one you asked for.
No, you gave me the deep.
I 100% gave you the 14.
I don't have the deep 14. And now, in theory, when I take out this last bolt, I should be able to grab the whole spindle, which I have, and oh, that. Oh my God. Okay, I need that bolt back. That's not the right bolt. This is the right bolt. Oh, fuck. What have I done? Ah! Okay, hang on. I stepped in brake fluid and I was all slippery. It's a Company 23 crank pulley tool that I have turned into an axle kind of removal tool.
Am I just holding it?
Look at that.
It goes so easy. I'm glad you did it.
Both of the rear hubs, axles out. All we have left holding up the control arms is the coilovers, the rear sway bar. But before I get into any of that, we want to go ahead and get the rear differential and the transmission out. Now, I mentioned in the last video, this is held up with a PPF brace. That is this big brace going from the transmission up around the car to the rear differential. So when we go to take this out, we're gonna have to support this rear diff with my floor jack. I'm going to go under the car. I'm gonna unbolt the PPF stuff. Melanie's gonna stand in the engine bay and hold the bell housing up so it doesn't crush me. And then after I get the PPF brace out, I'll remove this small brace here, and then we can get the transmission on the ground, slide it out, go to the back of the car, get the differential off of the subframe here, get it down, and then we should be solid. So I'm actually gonna break these ears for the differential loose now, so that way as I'm getting this out, it'll be a lot easier so I'm not struggle busting. So let me get these loose and then let's get this PPF brace out. So your whole goal here is to just keep that from falling on me.
Okay, I'm finding where I got the best grip areas. Okay, it's sliding. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yeah, just don't let it fall on me.
Okay. Oh, I don't like that.
You're okay. Guy here, so if you want, put your hands up here on the top and just hold it like a...
Well, are we
like
lowering
this?
it to do that?
Yeah, I have one
Okay.
brace down there. It's the only brace that it's sitting on right now.
Okay.
Bring it down towards me. I'm gonna set my side on the
Okay.
ground. Reposition your hand if need be.
Okay.
Okay, my side's on the ground.
Okay.
Hang on. All right, I got it. You want to go? Do that. We did it. Feel it. It's really not that heavy.
I appreciate that, but I feel like your strength and my
No, I'm just saying if it fell on me, it wouldn't kill me. It would just break my ribs. There we go. That's all I needed. Oh, don't, diff. Don't. Set the camera on the ground right here. So it's pointed this way. I want you to slowly, ever so slowly lower the jack. You're gonna have to twist the inside handle.
the inside handle?
Yeah, wait, don't do it yet.
Okay.
Okay. It just doesn't want to come out of the subframe right now. They call me Disco Stew. You can come down a bit faster now that I know it's going to come down. There we go.
More?
It's free, yeah. Just let her down all the way now.
Okay.
It's a heavy chupacabra. Okay.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. That's solid.
It actually does kind of look like a demon. Essentially. that.
Oh, the horns?
Yeah.
That's a heavy bitch. That was rude. I shouldn't have said that. That's a heavy thing. That wasn't too bad to get out of the car. The transmission itself is pretty light. The thing that sucked was the rear diff back here. Why is the rear diff the same size as the transmission, and why do these rear diffs always explode? I've seen so many RX-7s with exploded rear diffs. But aside from that, we have a stripped RX-7 ready for body work. All that's left for me to pull out of this is the headliner, which I'm not even gonna worry about tonight, the front subframe, which I am going to pull out, and then the rear subframe, which I'll pull out as well. And then after that, we have a clean FD chassis for us to start tearing into and getting ready for paint. So the primary focus of what we're gonna be doing is going to be the underside of the car to start with. I am not going to jump to painting this thing quite yet. We are going to undercoat this thing, so that way we're going to undercoat it, focus on getting the subframes, transmission, all of the under the car stuff cleaned back up so I can get wheels and tires back on this thing so I can at least push it around. I'm going to buy one of those big inflatable paint booths to be able to paint this thing in, and I'm fairly certain I can make it fit in here no problem. There's one for like $400, and the dimensions of the car should fit comfortably for me to be able to walk around and paint the car. I have decided on a color. We are going to be doing white. I would like to do a pearlescent white. As my first time painting, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, so I'm obviously going to watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos to be able to learn to become a certified painter, but we're going to heavily focus on the underside of the car. Clean up all the rust, get rid of all the old underbody coating. Once the underside of the car is coated, we'll get the subframes powder coated, get those back in, get our control arms, our hubs, knuckles, all that taken care of. I'll probably replace the wheel bearings as well, just as a safety measure. Since I already have everything apart, it makes the most sense to do so. We're gonna get the fuel tank cleaned up, repainted, cleaned out as well, and then get this thing reinstalled back in the car. I want to get as much off of the ground in the shop as I can, because as you guys can see right now, it is pretty packed. I have to store 3 cars in here, including the one on the lift. So if I can reduce how much stuff I have floating around the shop, I'm 100% going to do so. So I'm going to be hitting this project hard, and ideally I'd like to be able to do all of this within 4 months. I think that is a realistic time frame for this build to get it ready for SEMA, enjoy it throughout the summertime, get it tuned, make some power, all that fun stuff. Realistically, the RX-7 should do around 650, 700 wheel with everything we have done to it, and we're going to be rebuilding the motor just because I already have it out. If we're going to do it, now's the time to do it. I want to change the paint scheme on it, and I can't really change the paint scheme while it's all assembled, so we're just going to make it look good. There we go. That is, I'm gonna leave the rear subframe in for tonight. I'm so limited on space right now, you guys. This gives us more than enough room to start stripping all this old undercoating off. I'll pull these heat shields off tomorrow when we're over here, and we can undercoat the transmission tunnel, bottom of the frame rails. Honestly, I'll probably just leave the bottom of the frame rails paint, and we'll just kind of end the undercoating here and here, and then just go all the way back underneath the car. Once everything is undercoated, then we can start powder coating our subframes, getting all that in, and making things look nice and pretty. All right, that is all I've got for you guys on this one. So we have our RX-7. At this point, pretty much all the way stripped down. All that's left in the car right now is the headliner and the rear subframe. The only reason I still have those in is because I'm a little tight on space in the shop right now. So when we come over tomorrow, we'll pull the rear subframe and we're gonna start blasting or grinding or getting off all the old undercoating. I don't know how I'm gonna do it quite yet. I do have a couple wire wheels that I think will get, they're pretty thick wire wheels. I think they'll get the job done. If you guys have any suggestions on how to remove old undercoating, by all means, let me know. We've got our new undercoating here, our epoxy primer here. We're gonna shoot the bottom of the car with epoxy primer, but then we're going to shoot it with our undercoating and get it pretty much all good to go. Once that's good, we can get our subframes powder coated, our drive shaft refinished, everything else to get everything solid. So like I said, I'm trying to hit this project hard and fast, but still do everything of the utmost level of quality. So I'm not gonna rush things, but I'm heavily going to push to get this thing going, because I don't want this to be a project that takes 5, 6, 7, 8 months. I want to try to hammer through it, because we already have all of our parts here for the car for the most part. We've got all our engine stuff, we have our turbo kits, we have everything. So this should be just refinishing, repainting, and doing everything a little bit cleaner than it was before to make the car 100%. So with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you're hyped for the FD build, go ahead and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be able to put it in one of these corners, no idea which one quite yet. But with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.